Debate on hate. Leaked texts from several young Republicans spewing shocking racist and anti-Semitic rants on a group chat that included a GOP state senator sparks outrage from both sides of the aisle.
These are racist, sexist, disgusting remarks. Everybody from the president on down should condemn them.
All Republicans, including myself, 100% denounce that.
As the vice president tells them to get over it.
The reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes like that's what kids do.
But is this kind of hate speech no laughing matter? Then, Lawrence Fishburne talks about sinking his teeth into the new season of hit series The Witcher and taking Comic-Con fans back into The Matrix. Plus, Emmy-winning actor and best-selling author Nick Offerman is showing you how he's giving families the tools to put down their devices and work on some quality time together. Here come Hot Topics with Whoopi, Sarah Haynes, Joy Behar, Anna Navarro, Sunny Hostin, and Alyssa Farah Griffin. Now let's get things started.
Y'all are a good-looking bunch of people. I have to say, y'all are good-looking. And because we're going to tell you what's been going on. So a group chat featuring young Republicans from around the country was leaked that was full of racist, anti-Semitic, hateful rants, and many Democrats and Republicans are strongly condemning this. But not the vice president. He sees things differently. Take a look.
Focusing on what kids are saying in a group chat, grow up. I'm sorry, focus on the real issues, don't focus on what kids say in group chat. The reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes like that's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives. And at some point, we're all going to have to say, enough of this BS.
So, just so we're clear, some of the members in this chat are between the ages of 24 and 35. So they're not kids.
They're my age, some of them. They're
yeah, you know, so these are adults. And I have to say, is this the way you want young Republicans represented in this country?
No, and I want to speak to this because one of my first jobs out of college, I was the national spokesperson for the college Republican National Committee. So we were actually just on college campuses, over 2,000 chapters. I traveled all over. I knew all our campus chairs. I knew hundreds and hundreds of members. I'm friends with many of them to this day. I never heard or saw anything like this. But at that time, Mitt Romney was our North Star. That was the GOP nominee for president in 2012. Had we seen it, we would have fired them, denounced them, and moved on with our lives. And I think that speaks to two things. There is a dark underbelly in our politics that has allowed racism, it's allowed hate, it's allowed misogyny, and we've just kind of normalized it on the right. And there's not enough folks who are willing to just call it out for what it is. And then secondarily, there is this crisis of young men. This is almost universally young men of a certain age. I don't want to stereotype them, but they don't look like guys who have a lot of friends, who have girlfriends, have intimate relationships. I don't mean this to be mean, but the stats speak for themselves. If you don't have community and you live online mostly, you can be radicalized to hate people. You don't engage with people. You don't have empathy for people. It's very scary, and leaders need to wake up to it.
They also say, we've said this on the show, that the frontal lobe does not get developed until you're 25. What's Trump's excuse? No. Anyway, the only thing I want to say about this topic is that the Republican Party needs to deal with this. They need to find their better selves, find their better angels. The way I come from the Eisenhower era. I mean, that's how old I am. And Eisenhower was a decent Republican, a good Republican, and Ronald Reagan too. And why not go back, find those young people who espouse that type of behavior instead of this crap, as he calls it.
I hate to say it, but I'm not surprised that that chat exists. I wasn't surprised that men, adults, ages 25 to 34,
They're all
white
white
men,
guys, by the way. Let's
white
just
men
point that out.
were speaking like that. They checked every white supremacist bigot box. They were anti-Semitic, they were misogynistic, they were homophobic, they were racist.
They were stupid.
And they were dumb. But my life, my lived experience as an Afro-Latina in this country helps me tell the uncomfortable truths about this country with real clarity. And that's why I wasn't surprised. And I think many people would like to deny that lived experience. I'll say it again, because I've said it on this show many times. Trump's rise, in part, was based in racism and white supremacy. And that is the truth. And those of us who said that, when I said that, and those of my friends that said that were accused of hyperbole and racism ourselves. I wished that wasn't true, but it is true. And when I say things like that, when I say that white supremacy is thriving on the right, when I say the future of the Republican Party embraces white supremacy, please believe me the first time and only look at this chat as your proof that it is alive and well in the Republican Party.
Well, it should be denounced.
Yeah,
And
well,
they
it
are,
should be-
I have to say, they had, both sides have been
denouncing it.
denouncing
yeah,
it.
and some of these people
Yeah.
have lost their jobs, their positions, as they should, because these weren't just a dozen young Republicans. They were young Republican leaders within their states.
There were almost 3,000 pages of the chat.
Yeah, it was a lot of chat. But
Okay.
the thing is, one of the people I want to
the leaders.
refer to, one of these kids, was a man named Peter Junta, who's 31 years old. So I usually stop using the term kid a little earlier than that. But
Correct.
he said at one point in the article that this was a long term character assassination. And I just want to tell that man, it's not an assassination of your character. You don't have any. Because when you read the words this man, he was one of the more verbal and vocal on this list, the depths to which they went were actually shocking to me. I read it, and my friend Derek was there, and he said, Sarah, you should have seen your face reading this article. It wasn't just one of these alone would have been enough to raise a full conversation here. There were over 251 of the most, I have never heard some of these things in my lifetime about every group under the sun. And one clarification, though, Sonny, on what you said about the right, there's some extreme problems with anti-Semitism on the left, which is a uniting force of that cause. But in this instance, I think it's dangerous that J.D. Vance would conflate sophomoric, immature behavior with pernicious, vile, unacceptable, unaccounted for.
I got a note. They were not all guys.
No, there were a couple.
There were women.
And we don't know if they were all white people. I just got a note.
But can I mention, because what's come up in this conversation is this individual, Jay Jones, who's running for Attorney General in Virginia. He's about a 36-year-old man running for Attorney General, who had some leaked text messages come out where he aspired to violence against Republicans. I don't know why it's hard for people, and I'm not this table.
I saw that.
Let me just say this.
But only Democrats denounced him, no Republicans.
But he's a Democrat.
Yeah, he's a
But that's my
and
point.
the Democrats
we shouldn't
denounced him.
Yeah.
But if I can finish my point,
All right.
denounce both. We don't need to equivocate. We don't need to say, well, he did this, so then Republicans.
yeah.
This.
But here's
both are terrible.
Here's
Both are
the
equally
bigger
awful.
problem. Here's the bigger problem. If you can't admit that there is a problem at all,
Yes.
this is part of the reason why women and gay folks and folks of a different hue get so angry. It's because the vice president isn't denouncing this.
That's the point.
He is a man who is married to an Indian woman.
He's also
And
41, so he could have just graduated from the Young Republicans. Like, these are not children.
Who?
J.D. Vance
Vance is only 41, yeah.
The men on this group text are about my age,
But
many
he's
of
being
them.
dismissive
Right.
of
It's
of
dismissive as
this.
children.
And I want to say to him, if you read these, JD, would you be comfortable saying to your wife, get over it?
Or calling it a joke?
Or calling it
It's not funny.
It's not, there's nothing funny about this. And let me just say one more thing, because people need to remember, a lot of those jokes went away because the people they were being made about did not like them and stopped going to see the people who were telling them. When you recognize that your audience is diminishing, you got to look at your material. And if your material is bad, it's telling you, go taller, do better.
Since when is racism, anti-Semitism, bigotry, homophobia funny?
It never was.
not.
It isn't here.
Well,
But
it's been funny for years to people. But
So I do need to say that Peter Junta, who I was talking about, told Politico he takes complete responsibility and apologized to those
Too late.
offended by the insensitive and inexcusable language. But I would say often when people apologize when they do, sometimes
Well,
it's because they got
Can
caught.
I
not
add to
because
that
that's
they-
statement?
right,
Because he
that's right.
also questioned whether the text messages had been altered or taken out of context.
Okay.
well, you know, when you get caught doing something, when you get caught with your pants down, the thing is not to explain why your pants are down. The thing is to pull your pants up.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. As the shutdown drags on, Democrats are ramping up the pressure on Speaker Johnson to swear in Arizona Congresswoman-elect Grajilva, but Johnson is still not willing to budge. It's like, what? Take a look.
She says that you're afraid of her being the 218th signer to the Epstein petition to release the files, that if she were a Republican, you would have sworn her in. What do you say?
I say bless her heart. She's a representative-elect. She doesn't know how it works around here. It has nothing to do with Epstein. That's absurd. It's a moot point.
Somebody came up to me and said, you know, he's not going to swear you in because of those Epstein files. And I thought, oh, that's a little conspiracy theory. I don't think that's true. But here we are, now on day 22 of waiting with no apparent end in sight, when there are several opportunities that he's had to swear me in. So if this has nothing to do with the Epstein files, then swear me in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. He keeps saying the delay had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also the most condescending statement when you say bless her, bless
Yeah.
your heart. Because
we all know what that means.
Yeah, we all do. And I think it's the way to be able to say it on national TV
Yeah.
when you say something like that. But she does know how this works. He said she just was elected. She's actually, she won the seat that her father had for over 20 years. And she had a glowing endorsement from the voters with over 70% of the vote. This is someone the people want.
And she represents, I think, 700,000 people.
Yeah, a lot of people, but it's also something that Mike Johnson keeps flip-flopping on.
Yeah.
He said it's because the House not in session. Then she deserves to have her family there, and she was like, "I'm good, it's fine."
Her family was there the first time
to have pomp and circumstance was another reason.
Well, that's the Mitch McConnell playbook.
But the
Yes.
problem is he's going all over the place, which is only making me more interested in why he won't release the Epstein file. They don't realize that this is actually fueling the flames.
Can we look at a clip? I have a clip. Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego, this is what he responded.
Grajilva just wants to get sworn in and take care of her people. Fact is, you're a pedophile protector. You're protecting the pedophiles on the Epstein list. There's just no denying that.
I also think this is a very strange strategic move by Mike Johnson, because I still am hearing from people they want the Epstein files out.
Yes.
Voters are saying that to these members of Congress who all have to stand for re-election in the midterms. So by shielding them from this vote and not giving them a chance to decide for themselves how they want to vote, he's actually hurting his own voters in their midterms. And if the fear is, well, Trump's going to be mad at me if I give them this vote, he's going to be just as mad if you lose the House of Representatives and Democrats beat you. So you're going to know when, let your voters
They're
vote.
so scared of him. I'm scared.
But you know, the big problem, I'm going to say, I said it yesterday, and I'm going to say it every time there's an opportunity to say, this shutdown is happening. He keeps saying, we're not in session, we're not at work. You are at work, you're getting paid. You are getting paid.
They are, yeah.
But the people are not being paid. So go and do your job because we're paying you. You're taking money.
Yeah.
Or don't take any money on both sides, Democrats, Republicans, don't take any more money until this is resolved. Make a decision, y'all.
Can I
Make a
just
decision.
add one thing is that for me it's the hypocrisy. Because he, as Sarah mentioned, he said that he can't do it because of the Republican shutdown. That's what I call it. I call it the Republican shutdown. In April 2025, Johnson swore in 2 Florida Republicans, Representatives Jimmy Patronis and Randy Fine, shortly after their special election while the House was out of town.
Yeah.
And
you could do it in pro forma.
You could do it in pro forma.
Maybe their families could be there. So.
Well, and her family, he said that it was because their families were in town. Well,
oh wait, he said that? I was joking.
He actually said that, and her family was in town with her as well, waiting for her to be sworn in. So there's that. I just wanted to say that.
Well, do your job. You're getting paid. I'm just going to keep saying it. You are getting paid. You have health care. You are getting paid. The government's not. You're getting paid. Do your job. Both sides. Fix this. This is on all of y'all. Fix this. We'll be right back.
Save like a boss on a special edition of View Your Deal. We partnered with the founders of innovative businesses to offer you exclusive savings. So get shopping at viewyourdeal.com now.
Welcome back. Actor and writer Miriam Katz launched a podcast called Ex Appeal, where she's tracking down every one of her exes to ask them what was good and bad about their relationship.
Yeah.
If I ran into one of my exes, I'd say, how did you miss the opportunity of your life? How do you live with
It'd
yourself?
be the pretty woman mistake. Big mistake. Huge.
I wouldn't, I mean, I was always dumped. I didn't dump other people, they dumped me.
You're the dumpee.
I'm the dumpee. I think they would just say I was crazy, so I wouldn't ask them.
Or were you?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't care to know because I know the answer, and it's that I was crazy as well.
See, I think it's fascinating because I think there are a lot of emotional blind spots we all have. Joy, you know that from therapy.
Yeah.
And sometimes seeing that reflected back from multiple intimate partners might show the me problem.
But
in
don't
it.
you know?
But I know I'm crazy, but that
psycho?
part's obvious. What I need is what was the theme that all of them were like, oh, that was a lot.
I also don't care about anyone other than my husband.
Just reverse roles with them right now. What you think they would say?
I think I was an amazing girlfriend.
You were an amazing girlfriend.
Oh,
I think so.
The therapy's worked. It was them.
No, but then I'd also love Max to chime in because there might be a oh, we all get it.
Yeah,
you know.
there's a thread for me as well. Yeah.
All right. Hey, Sonny, tell everybody what.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Whoopi. Well,
You're
I
welcome.
am part of a new Impact by Nightline episode that explores whether the Charles Manson killers should ever walk free. Evil Manson Killers Freed begins streaming today on Disney Plus and Hulu, and we have a sneak peek. Take a look.
I'm a convict. I'm an outlaw. I'm a rebel. I'm not a Sunday school teacher.
An unhinged cult leader, Charles Manson, and his giggling disciples, killers who turned a beautiful summer night in Los Angeles into a bloodbath.
Movie star Sharon Tate and 4 other persons were murdered in her home in Bel Air.
Horrific, inhuman, savage.
Stabbing an 8.5-month pregnant woman while she pleads for her life and the life of her child, it's the worst of humanity.
Now, the great Lawrence Fishburne is joining the journey on the new season of the hit fantasy series, The Witcher. He's trying to keep his traveling companions focused on their mission. Isn't he always trying to focus somebody?
Yes.
He's always going to the side. Let's look at the clip.
Emotions have great power. Give yourself a moment to adjust.
Or I can slap you for walking alone into a trap.
To rephrase, but with similar intent, we are stronger together. You said it was my choice. To go, yes, as was ours to follow. One's choice should not prohibit another's. What do you hear? Our friends are close.
Please welcome back the incomparable Lawrence Fishburne.
again.
What's
Whoever-
up?
Whoever needs to be got.
Believe me, the list is long.
Listen, you were at Comic-Con.
I was.
Did you love it?
I did. It was really amazing. I
Yeah.
did my
Oh,
first
so
one in
cool.
Wales, and then I did one here in New York.
Yeah.
And it was. I mean, to be, adored and loved and showered with affection and thanks.
You get
it was
that here.
beautiful.
How much you have to
Yes,
get?
this is true.
He's Morpheus.
And
Yeah,
it's just very special. The fans are so endearing, and they're so happy to just have a
see-
moment
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
So it was very nice for me. I enjoyed it.
Well, and coming together purely to celebrate people like you and all that you
And the stuff that we give them, the joy that we bring them as entertainers and performers is for them to be able to say thank you.
Yes.
Is so beautiful, and so many of the people that were there are on the spectrum. A lot of people who are big fans are on the spectrum, and it's a way in which they can express things that they don't normally get to express in their everyday lives.
That's nice.
So you see these young people and their parents bring them.
Yeah.
And it's such just a beautiful thing to be able to just, share our common humanity and our joy of the things that we do and the things that we love.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
It's nice.
Well, you know what else is beautiful? Your role in this show.
Regis.
Oh, it is. You are just fantastic.
Thank
I'm a
you.
Witcher fan. I'm a fantasy
Oh,
fan.
cool.
And you're just bringing something so special to it.
Thank you so much.
Now if you haven't seen it, and you should, it's a fantasy drama about a monster hunter for hire.
Right.
It's based off a very popular book series and video game.
Right.
And so it has a huge fan base
Huge
built
fan
in
base,
already.
yes.
And you're joining the show for season 4. What made you want to be a part of this series? Because you're perfect for it.
There are a couple of things. First, I'm a big fantasy fan. I was a big fan of Henry Cavill, who originated the
that's
role
right.
of the Witcher, and I worked with him in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman: The Dawn of Justice. Also, although Henry left and Liam has replaced him, and Liam is fantastic as the Witcher, the show is incredibly diverse.
Yes, it is.
It has people every color of the rainbow. It has people that are above the rainbow, over the rainbow. It also has people who are under the rainbow.
Yeah.
It is really very representative of our world and the human family. And also, it is incredibly female forward. The women characters in the show are all empowered, in charge, kicking butts, taking names, making choices, making decisions. They're in the lead. And all of those things, because my mother was my first, authority figure. So I don't have a problem following a woman's lead.
Nice.
And so, I just, if you're a leader, you're a leader.
Yeah.
And so those are the reasons I wanted to be involved in it.
Very good.
Yeah.
So Lawrence, you've been acting for over 50 years, even though you're only 25.
Thank you.
And great films, all great films. The Color Purple with Whoopi.
With Whoopi.
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now.
Yes.
The Matrix.
Yes.
And of course, my favorite.
Your favorite?
My favorite. What's Love Got to Do with You? Played Ike.
Yes.
Ike Turner, most brilliant performance. I don't
Because
think.
you like bad boys. That's what
No, but you humanized that bad boy. He was bad.
which is complicated.
And you made him. You made him human. I mean, even though
Sure.
that's talent.
He had some
That's
monstrous
talent.
things. Thank you. But he was a human being. Yeah.
Okay, and I also read that you started acting when you were 10 years old, and that you said that showed you that you could do anything.
Right. Growing up, being born in the 1960s, in the skin that I come in, there were limitations. It was a constant reminder that you couldn't do this and you couldn't do that.
Sure.
And then there were also constant reminders so that you could do anything because we had great leaders and we had great people in this country who were showing us the way.
That's right.
Acting.
Martin Luther King,
Yeah,
for
Martin
one.
Luther King is one of them.
Yeah.
Adam
Malcolm.
Clayton Powell. The list goes on. Rosa Parks. It's like. But I basically recognized with acting that I could be anything as an actor, and if I could be anything, that meant everybody else could be anything. You know what I mean? It's like you can't be what you can't see.
And at 10 years old, that occurred
At 10
to you.
years old,
Yeah. Because you know where you're not.
Yes.
You turn on the television and you know where you're not. You open a magazine and you know where you're not.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
Well, you were also on an episode of Finding Your Roots.
I was.
This past April, and you learned about your biological father for the first time. We have a clip here.
There he is. Is that him? Hey, Pop. Oh, my God. Wow. That's my dad. That's your father. That's cool. Thank you, Skip.
What's it like finally to see his face?
It's so nice to see his face and to see him smiling. And he's dressed well. He's probably what? Late 40s, early 50s in this photograph?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He looks like a kind man. He looks like a kind man.
So he passed away, but how did it feel to finally figure out, or finally find out who he was?
It was so wonderful. I can't even describe it. All I can tell you is that there's this thing that people say, everyone has a hole inside themselves that's as big as their father. And meeting my father has now filled that hole in me.
Doesn't Dr. Gates give the most priceless gifts?
It's a gift.
He's the best.
He also could give you a stroke. It's like, oh, you didn't know that was coming that big.
I mean, it was something. And I also was very honored that, you know, my episode is also Dr. Gates's episode.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's got a story.
Oh, yes, he did.
That fits him. It needed to be that way for
It
him.
was so nice. It's such an honor for me.
Please come back as
Always.
often as you can.
Yeah.
We missed you. I haven't seen you in
You
a
look
while.
so well, all of you.
know?
And thank you so much for your conversations.
Thanks to Lawrence Fishburne. You can see season 4 of The Witcher on Netflix on October 30th. He also has a movie called The Astronaut.
Yes.
Yeah.
That will be in theaters tomorrow. I think it's based on this book, The Astronaut. It might be.
Possibly.
He's saying no.
And whatever we do, we're coming right back. Welcome back. Emmy-winning actor and best-selling author Nick Offerman has written the perfect book to get kids and their grown-ups off their phones and hanging out together. It's called Little Woodchucks. See? Workshops, guides to tools, and tomfoolery.
I love that. That word is not used enough.
It is not used enough, and so please welcome back someone who enjoys lots of tomfoolery, Nick Offerman.
So far, so good.
So I wanted to turn around to hug and kiss you, like, but I'm getting a crick in my neck from this. But the setup here is just so
That's a good one.
painful. I can't do it.
We all need a hug after that beautiful segment with Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
I was standing backstage saying, you put a juggernaut of American acting out, and he's talking about his dad, and now I'm going to tell you how to turn sticks into cows. Follow that.
But you know what?
Now.
And not only
joy.
that, but you also wrote the song you walked out to called Make It Yourself.
I collaborate with my friend Mark Rivers. He's the musical genius. He wrote all the music for Parks and Rec.
Yes,
Like Bye Bye Little Sebastian,
Right.
5,000 Candles in the Wind, and he's in the music video. So he's in charge of the music, and I'm in charge of clumsy A-B rhymes.
These are really great, though. I want to know. Alyssa's going to ask, but I want one of those.
Oh, no, I've got a stretch of a question, but bear
Okay.
with me here.
All
So
right.
Taylor Swift just released her new album, Life of a Showgirl. You just obviously released your new Little Woodchucks book. Both feature the concept of wood. She's got a new song called Wood.
That's
Have
right.
you heard it, and what do you think of it?
I have heard it, yeah. Taylor, we kind of we talked about when we're going to drop our book and her record.
Right.
You know what I mean? We didn't want to
You didn't
soak
wanna-
the market
right,
with
right.
wood-related things. And I do not want to sound cocky when I'm talking about my woodworking, but I did do sort of an interpretive reading of the lyrics for my wife, and we're in negotiations. I sent it to her, and she said she's got some ideas because I wasn't sure what the whole song was about.
Right.
But
You weren't sure?
I do work with redwood trees on occasion.
Well, I like working with wood. What is? Is that a
They're
wooden
so cute.
dog?
That is a mammal. Could be a coyote.
Okay.
I love it.
Could be a dog.
I like the pig.
The pig.
Yeah, there's a pig.
Oh, I love the pig.
These are so fun, and this is one of the projects in the book that we start with teaching kids to use a carving knife.
Yeah.
And something that's a common misconception is that it's dangerous for a kid to have a sharp knife. Right. It's actually more dangerous to have a dull knife, because when you think about it, if you're trying to carve with a butter knife, you need more muscle, and you're more likely to slip.
What age are we talking
Well,
about?
let me get to this because we're going to talk about that. You're a best-selling author, and now you have this new book out, Little Woodchucks, Offerman Woodshop's Guide to Tools and Tomfoolery. Got to say that 3 more times to hit our minimum. But you wrote it with Lee Buchanan, who ran your wood shop in LA.
That's right.
And I love it how you are encouraging kids and adults to get off their phones. What made you want to write this?
Well, she and I both grew up in households where our moms and dads taught us to make things.
Yeah.
And we'd never thought anything about it, that it was special in any way. We ended up running a furniture company together. And as we meet other adults in the world, especially in the city, they say they've never used a screwdriver or a hammer. Wow. And so the book is to make things for kids, but also with your kids, because a lot of big woodchucks also don't know how to use tools.
Yeah.
And in this day and age where companies are taking over the curation of our lives, like they want AI to think for us. And I love my clumsy, stupid farmer voice. Like, I would never want a robot to write my song for me, because my song is stupid in a wonderful, delicious way. It's all about my voice. You know, I don't want to give over my agency. And so this book is to encourage people to love the magic of being human, something that a robot can never do. Because when you make things with tools and you know how your world is put together, it's a great way to say I love you, to say we're keeping our home, our village.
It's beautiful. Now, you grew up in a farming family. You mentioned your farmer voice, and we've...
He'd have that in the city.
And we've spoken with you and your fabulous wife, Megan, before, and we've mentioned often what a capable guy you are. And then George Clooney just came out and said that he likes to fix things, too. And now people are going crazy about the fact that you guys can fix stuff. Are you surprised at that? And why do you think women are just so excited about guys who can fix
It's a turn on.
stuff?
It's a total turn on.
I suppose
It really
it is. I mean, and I'll tell you what I'm sick of is being compared to George Clooney. I love George. He's a great guy, but I mean,
I know. It must be so
I'm my own man.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
There's ribeye and there's prime rib. You know what I mean?
Well, don't forget the chuck.
They're two different dishes. But that's what this book is about. Is I don't want it to be anomalous. That people should be handy in fixing things, whether it's mom or dad or one of the cool kids.
Just fix it.
Know how to do things before you have to turn to like an app. You know, I got a flat tire. What app do I use?
Exactly.
And I do think that is what is sexy about George, and that's the only thing really that people like about that guy. If it wasn't for his handiness with tools, he'd be
well,
nobody.
He works with wood also.
You're so right. Work with wood. Well, do you ever reach a point where you think, I've done enough, I've fixed enough stuff, I've made enough butt joints, and
that's literally what it says. Butt joint.
Sorry, it says butt.
What's a butt joint?
A butt joint is when two pieces. What were you thinking?
Sorry.
You get
well,
filthy
you knew
minds.
what it was.
When two pieces of wood are butted together in a corner.
Oh, that kind of butt.
And fastened with fasteners. And by the way, I should say, this is a slapstick. It's the first project in the book, and this is what slapstick comedy is named for.
Oh, yeah.
It's so that you can pretend. You can pretend to spank your host.
Yes.
And that's a good show for
your
Spank the Host.
Parents love these things. You take it to school, Take it to church. They go crazy for
They
it.
love when you bring that to church.
Bring your Bible and your butt joint.
All right. Okay, I'm changing to this topic. I do the New York Times crossword puzzle every day. I also do the Washington Post puzzle. That's a good one, too. Did you know that?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Anyway, I found out that you and a partner wrote yesterday's, and I'd like to just say something. Now, yesterday was Tuesday. That's not supposed to be that hard.
Right.
It was as hard as any Saturday puzzle or a Friday. What's up with that? Do better.
I do apologize. I have taken a lot of criticism for the difficulty of my Wednesday puzzle.
Tuesday.
It was Wednesday.
No, today's
Thursday.
Oh, it was Wednesday. Even more annoying.
Even more
Wednesday's
annoying.
not supposed to. But Wednesday's supposed to be doable.
Well, my co-creator Christina Iverson, she has to take most of the blame because again, she was the sorcerer and I was her apprentice.
I
so
see. Well, you know what?
I'll take it. I'm ready.
Spank the whatever you
There's
co-writer.
too much wood talk at this table. But our thanks to Nick Offerman, Little Woodchucks, Offerman's Wood Shop's Guide to Tools and Tomfoolery is available right now. Scan the QR code on your screen to purchase your own copy and go build something. Go build something. We'll be right back. So Anna and her behind are on the table, Behind the Table podcast today. We want everybody to have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy the view. And remember, we're in this together. We're all in it together. We'll get it done. See you tomorrow.